Okay, in your textbook, turn to page 473. Actually, 474 really is where we need to go. And on the notebook paper, we pass that down to on this notebook paper, write your name at the top, and then write exercise 48, page 474. Exercise 48, page 474. Okay, we're going to do the first three of these sentences together. So it says on your paper, list the prepositions in each sentence. In parentheses, it tells you how many prepositions there are in each sentence. How nice is that? Number 1, Willis O'Brien, a creator of special effects for the early film industry, pioneered the use of rubber and clay models in movies. Starting at the beginning of the sentence, what are the prepositions? Of, for, of, in. So the first sentence proves me right that of is the most popular preposition. So you just write them down. You can list them side by side or up and down. I don't really care. Number 2, shooting the film frame by frame and changing the position of the model slightly between shots, he created illusionary movement. Okay, starting at the beginning, Maya. By. Alexis, the second one. Of. Piper.
Is and one?
What?
Is and?
No. Kendra, do you know what it is? Between. There are a lot of be prepositions, by the way. Always consult your grammar cheat sheet. Your grammar cheat sheet has an exhaustive list of prepositions. Prepositions are a closed set. What's a preposition is all the prepositions there are. It's not like nouns and verbs where we can add up new words. Like, for instance, the word trend, right? That's always been a noun, right? Meaning like a fashionable thing that might go out of style soon. But now the word has become trending, which is a verb. 20 years ago, trending was not a verb. It was only a noun, trend. So we can add words to some parts of speech. Prepositions cannot add. What there is all there will ever be. Number 3, by means of this method, O'Brien shot an experimental film with a clay dinosaur that roamed through a miniature set. Okay, Kendra, first one. Keep going. So that whole preposition is, for number 3, the first one is this whole phrase, by means of. That's on your grammar cheat sheet. Okay, here's a clue for this one. What are the other prepositions in the sentence after we get rid of by means of? Through and with. But there's 4 now, right? If you include of. So that's a signal that something has to go with something else. Okay, 4. Since the dinosaur's movements looked too choppy in his first attempt, O'Brien shot a second version using dinosaurs made from rubber and metal instead of clay and wood. Okay, Alexis, the first one. Okay, in this first attempt, good. Piper, the second one. Good. And Kendra, the last one. Instead of.
Is it since one?
Yeah, when.
Is since on the list?
Yeah.
Okay. Make some kind of mark by since. Since will be hardly ever a preposition. You could even cross it out. Since for our purposes is almost always 99% of the time gonna be a subordinating conjunction. So just cross it out, cross it off the list. Okay. Girls in the front do the evens that are left, and girls in the back do the odds. You don't need to leave a space for the ones you're not assigned. Okay. Number 5. 6 years after this film, which was distributed throughout the United States, O'Brien worked on a full-length movie concerning dinosaurs in a South American jungle. The back had odds, right? Okay. Kendra?
After.
Okay. Yep, keep going. Throughout.
On. And in.
Okay. And
I couldn't find the.
yeah, I disagree with their thing. There really should only be 4 there. Actually, I'm gonna change that in my book. What number was that? 5? Okay. Number 6. During one scene, a brontosaurus is brought across the ocean to London, where it escapes and runs around the city. Alexis?
During is to around.
Okay. 1 is not a preposition.
During is.
No. Is. What part of speech is?
Helping verb.
Helping verb. So what's the missing one?
Across.
Across. Number 7, Piper. In addition to his dinosaur models, O'Brien used scenery painted onto glass. What does that say? Panes that he positioned in front of the action.
In addition to, onto, in front of.
Good. Number 8. Because of O'Brien's skill, models and sets were transformed into believable monsters and jungles on the movie screen.
Because of, into, on.
Okay. 9. Years later, another movie showed a gigantic gorilla on top of the Empire State Building, high above the frightened crowds.
On top of, above.
Okay. 10. This giant gorilla, which we now know as King Kong, was created by O'Brien.
All I saw by, but I was trying to look. I have as.
Okay, the other one is as.
It is as.
Okay, again, on your grammar cheat sheet, find the word as. Whatever mark you made by since, make by as also.
Nothing to as.
Okay, good. As will hardly ever be a preposition, so. All of you are too nice to ever say this, but some classes I get this frequent question as to why we have to take English for 4 years in high school. It's the only class in curriculum that you have to take every single year you're in school. You know why? Because there is not a single rule in the English language that is absolute. It's not like math, where rules are rules, right? In math, there's absolutes. When you add two numbers together, they always equal the same. 2 plus 2 always equals 4. There are no exceptions. In English, 2, T-O, can sometimes be one thing, but also sometimes be another thing. And by the way, there's 3 2s. T-O, T-O-O, T-W-O. So we have to take English for 13 years because it takes at least that long to figure out all the stupid rules that there are in English. Why? I don't know. I didn't make up the language. I'm just right there in the rat race with everybody else trying to do the best I can to learn it. Okay, 523 now. Come on. Why won't that focus? Okay, even more important than prepositions are the prepositional phrases. So a prepositional phrase is the preposition and all of the words that go with it. Okay, that's kind of the technical definition. What I need you to remember is if you start at the preposition and draw a line through the noun that follows, you have found the prepositional phrase. Okay, so if we look at this example on page 523, the elevator is necessary for us. We start with the preposition for. We would cross out, and literally that's what you're going to be doing, is crossing out from the preposition to the noun or pronoun in this case that follows it. So this example says the poet Nikki Giovanni was born in 1943. So we start with in, we cross out through the noun, 1943. Sometimes the prepositional phrase will have multiple words in it. Instead of just to the basement, it might say to the basement and the penthouse. So there's 2 places you're going. Even more often, the prepositional phrase comes in the middle of the sentence or at the beginning of the sentence. Turn to page 524. What the heck? How many of you have a pencil in your hand right now? Okay. Very gently with your pencil so it's easy to erase, we're going to cross out the prepositional phrase or phrases in these sentences. Number 1, great environmental art is alive on the Great Plains. So, locate the preposition. What is it? On. What part of speech is? Helping verb.
Oh, duh.
You're the one who told me that last time. Okay, so we start with on. On what? On the Great Plains. So that's what we would cross out. Number 2, from an airplane, the vast cultivated fields resemble works of abstract art. Preposition number 1. From what? From an airplane. Preposition number 2. Of what? Abstract art. Cross both of those out. Try 3, 4, and 5 on your own. We'll talk about them.
It was in my brain.
Okay, number 3. The varied degrees are the result of modern farming methods. Piper, what's the prepositional phrase?
Modern farming methods.
Great. Number 4. The plowed fields are basically hilly and rectangular in shape. Alexis?
In shape.
Number 5, farmers plow along the natural contours of the land. Maya?
Along the natural contours.
And?
Of the land.
Good. Now, I know this question's going to come up. On the worksheets, please make a little break in your line so that I know you found 2 prepositional phrases in that sentence. Okay? Because that question would be worth 2 points. Number 6, red, brown, and black patterns with a variety of textures result from the plowing. Kendra?
With a variety of textures and from the plowing.
Good. So that one has how many prepositional phrases? 3. With a variety of textures from the plowing.
I had that.
Makes sense? Okay, let's look at the worksheet that you have sitting on your desk right now. Yeah, erase. Sorry, thank you. Did anybody politely leave all the answers marked for you?
Yep.
They did on the last one.
You know what I should do? Great idea for the future. Put a sheet protector over the top of the page and they can write with next to those. I think I'll remember that till next year.
I know someone would like laminate their worksheets so they could just stand it out like that.
Yeah.
Because they really didn't need her.
They must have really wrote in here because it's not coming off my memory.
Okay, that's alright. Maybe it's pen. Okay, lesson 10. Go down to the directions. They're under the thick line. Cross off everything after circle the prepositions in each sentence. I don't know why they think they need to have that much direction there, but all you need to do is circle the prepositions. If there's no prepositions, what should you do? Don't circle anything, right? We can figure that out, right? We're in 9th grade. Okay. On the back, it's literally the same thing. Let's do odds only on that one.
On the front and back? Or
Yeah.
on the back?
Right, it's all, yeah, one. Okay, so on lesson 10, we're doing odds only, circling the prepositions in each sentence. Okay, on lesson 18, we're going to change the directions a little bit. Instead of circling each prepositional phrase, I want you to cross out each prepositional phrase. So literally what we're doing in the book, just draw a line right over the top of it. Let's do a couple together just so you have some examples to remember. My sister took her books off the table at dinner time. At dinner time, off the table. Number 2, at the party, we met students who did not go to our school.
At the party. To our school.
If there's a question sentence, just erase it. We're not doing any questions. Number 4, Tim sat motionless for a long time.
For a long time.
Good. Get the idea?
Yep.
On exercise 2, do exactly the same thing. Do not do the directions that it says on exercise 2.
Do what we did on the last
Just
one.
cross out the prepositional phrases.